I don't understand the mindset. Well, I do. No, I totally understand the mindset. And it's something so foreign to me that it takes great effort to understand it, and I know I will never be able to relate to it. Now, folks, before the previous hour ended, I got into a little bit of a discussion on the overall decline of much of what holds us together and defines us as a country, the superpower, as an exceptional nation. And I asked a question, and it's about this FBI investigation of Mrs. Clinton and her email stored the server, and whether or not she was trafficking in classified documents. There have been so many people. We've had Joe DeGeneva, who worked at the DOJ, his wife's worked at the DOJ. There have been any number of people of that stature who claim to still have friends, contacts, if you will, in the FBI and in the DOJ, who have said, and it's too many of them having said it for there not to be something to it, that the FBI has collected reams of evidence, overwhelming evidence, that Mrs. Clinton and her email server in violation of the law, that she has been trafficking in classified data. And it really comes down to now whether or not the Department of Justice will indict. The FBI can't indict, they can request an indictment, but only the DOJ can indict. And it really boils down to, how many people do you know when you're getting together, anybody, going through your day, and the subject comes up, how many people do you know who really have faith that DOJ will indict Mrs. Clinton, or that she will be held accountable? I would venture to say that most people, they're never gonna take out one of their own. They said they're not gonna indict her if she's a presidential frontrunner. They're not gonna. Essentially, nobody. This is a really, really problematic, sad thing. Nobody has any faith in the rule of law in this country anymore. When these people, today's Democrats, today's leftists, are in charge with enforcing it. Nobody has any faith. The rule of law is the glue. Respect for the Constitution, respect for the law is what holds us together. People ask constantly, we've been around over 200 years and the Constitution has prevailed. How? I said, because people have respected it. Every president, maybe a couple exceptions, but for the most part, people have respected it. They've honored it. They have been truthful when they took their oath. But all it would have taken is one despot to essentially tear it up. To have the power of police and military to enforce his decision, and we can forget the kind of country we are. It's the rule of law that holds all this together. And if the rule of law is only applicable to certain people based on political considerations, it essentially is vanished. There's a piece here by Roger Simon of PJ Media. James Comey and Loretta Lynch hold the whole country in their hands. And he's troubled by this, like a lot of people are. And I want to just, I can read the whole thing to you, to give you a couple of pull quotes here. First one is, this is far and away the most important issue of election 2016. All others pale compared to it. How our government, the FBI, the DOJ, resolve this investigation will affect the very backbone of our country, the rule of law. No democratic society can exist without it. No democratic society can exist without it. No person, no matter how high, can be above it. Without the rule of law, the United States of America as we know it doesn't exist. And that's exactly right. That's the whole point of this. And if the ruling regime can simply choose not to apply it to their own members, well, this has ceased to be a representative republic. And it's become something else. You've got to be careful with the terms you use because you can turn people off, like banana republic or whatever. But certainly, we cease being a representative republic when certain people are above the law simply because they're a member of the correct or a certain political party. Next full quote from Mr. Simon. So when I write to FBI Director James Comey and the Attorney General, Loretta Lynch, have the whole country in their hands. I mean it. Whatever conclusions they come to, assuming they come to the same ones, somehow the vast majority of our citizens must be convinced they have reached those conclusions honorably, fairly, and correctly. That won't be easy, no matter what hints or leaks occur. But somehow that information must get out to every extent possible, because the public must be reassured.